Hey y'all, this is Troy at Chick-a-Woof Ranch and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a little experiment. Alright, so the experiment we're running today is, this is our creek here on our property, and it is about 100 feet long and probably 4 to 5 feet wide going across our property. Now it doesn't fill up very often with water, but when it does, it can go stagnant because it doesn't run off. It does stay here for quite a while after the rain because we have a very clay soil. So what the experiment I want to run today is, you can see right there I have my bucket and it's got holes drilled in it, and I have a little portable sump pump that I have electricity running to the barn, and we are going to try and pump this water out, well, some of the water out of this creek and to our garden, which is behind me, and it is right over there. So we're gonna run, I've got the hose run over there already, and I got a 5-gallon bucket to see how much water we can get from running this pump into the garden. Now, why am I running this experiment? We do not have a well here on our property, and I know that's probably sounds crazy, but there's a lot of reasons why, but the main reason we don't have one is because they're so expensive. They can be anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000, and there's no guarantee of hitting water, and that's just for our area. So we are on rural water, and the rural water, I did a quick figure, and it costs a little over a cent a gallon for us. It's I'll put the number up in the top corner, but it's pretty expensive to water the garden. So we're looking for some alternative ways to water the garden, and this seemed like a logical one, and yeah, that's it. And we're also I first tried this out on our windmill, and if you haven't seen that video of us cleaning out the windmill well, I'll link that one above. But that one, I've run the same experiment from there. However, the pump is having a little bit of trouble pumping the water up 15 feet and then over to the garden. So I thought this might be more efficient to just pump the water out of the creek and into the garden. Make sense? I think so. All right, well, let me show you what I got here. Okay, here's my bucket, and I've got lots of holes drilled in it, but I don't have any holes drilled in the bottom, as you can see there, so the muddy silt won't come up through the bottom. And I've got a brick in there, so the pump, this pump here, will sit on top of the brick and pump the water freely without getting into the muddy silt stuff. All right, so let's put the pump and the bucket in the water and get to pumping and see what we get. we're running over. All right, so stop the timer and we will figure out how much water that is per minute. Well, looks like we got a pretty good flow. The water's not terribly dirty, but I'm sure it'll be great for the garden. So I'm gonna go ahead and water the garden for a while and then we'll run some numbers. All right, so now we are ready to run some figures. Now it took 2 minutes and 15 seconds to fill that 5-gallon bucket. So we've got 215 here and 5 gallons here. So that works out to 27 seconds per gallon, okay? I just rounded that up to 30 seconds per gallon to make it some easy math here. And so for 1 hour pumping the water out of the creek, we got 120 gallons, okay? So if we were to have used the rural water, 120 gallons times 0.0125 is $1.50. So for 120 gallons for our rural water would have been $1.50, all right? Now, so I figured out our cost for our electricity per kilowatt hour. So per kilowatt hour, we get charged a little over 18 cents, okay? Now the pump runs at 320 watts. I got some video of that, but it was in the dark barn, so you'll just have to trust me. Here, I'll put a photo up. I'll put a photo right there showing the watt meter that I have, and it shows the watts it was pulling. So over an hour it would be 0.32 kilowatts for that to run that pump. So for every hour to run that pump, it'd be 0.32 of this. So that works out to a little over 5 cents, and so we'll just round it up to 6 cents, okay? So what you can see here is it is cheaper to pump the water out of the creek. We just basically did 6 cents as opposed to $1.50. So it does make sense. However, it is kind of a pain to run the electricity over to the creek and the hose and pump it all. So you're basically talking about a convenience here factor that's not very convenient. So but over the summer the savings could be so we're looking at $1.44 for the savings, and if you do that by 3, I do that about 3 times a week. We probably water 3 times a week, so that's $4.32 a week. And if you times that times 12, we typically water about 3 months out of the year. You're looking to save $51.84. Okay, well that's it for the video today. Thanks for watching. As you can see, we did save a little money, and so I think it was a successful experiment, and we'll probably be doing this pumping from the creek when we can. If we can't, maybe we'll pump from the well, and yeah. So I enjoy saving money where we can and saving resources where we can too. So I think it's all good. Well, thanks again for watching, and hopefully this inspired you to think about how you water your garden, or just any kind of experiment on your property, just to see if you can do things better. All right, well, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.